Now, a lot of people wonder the differences between the two main search engine marketing platforms, Google and Bing. So let's review pay-per-click on the two here. Google AdWords versus Microsoft AdCenter or Microsoft Advertising. Both platforms are similar in the types of campaigns you can set up. All right, search or display networks, so text or image based. The display network is also called content network in Bing, and you can target geographic areas in both. You can also, of course, set negative keywords, review quality scores, all that good stuff. Now, if you don't know, Bing is partnered with Yahoo. It serves ads on both search engines, so Bing and Yahoo. Now we'll get into some of the differences for you. Google gets about 65% of the search traffic, while Bing gets about 25%. So oftentimes advertisers have smaller budgets on Bing, or can spend less on Bing if they're pushing their budgets in both platforms. Now usually there's less competition on Bing, and you can pay less per click. Now that doesn't mean you're going to have a better cost per conversion or conversion rate. You should really test both. And now, so what are some other differences here? You can't use keyword-specific URLs in Bing, which means you're going to have to break that out at the ad group level. In Google AdWords, you can set the keyword level to go to specific landing pages. Now, there's currently more financial services impressions on clicks in Bing, so that's definitely one thing to think about. Google uses two description lines for ad copy, while Bing uses one that has a longer 71 character limit, so you might want to create separate Bing ads. For example, just take a look at what searches look like. There we go. Buy snowboard boots. So you've got I've got 3 ads at the top here. I've got extensions on them. Then there's some PLAs over here with a bunch of ads on the right side. A lot of space on my screen in the bottom right for some reason. Now in Bing, or actually let's do Yahoo, you know, a search might look a little different. Again, you've got that one line text here, just especially in the top 3. It looks like there's even 4 ads here, and then they've got some pictures, and then some local and some more organic, and then ads on the right. It also lets people, you know, see more ads for related terms right there. So it's more, both have ads here, but I would say it's more obvious on Bing and Yahoo, where the ads are to people. Of course, you got this sort of pinkish yellow background here. Anyways, you can play around with that and see what your ads look like. Now, Bing ads doesn't use broad match negative keywords, so those are going to default to phrase. Keep that in mind. And Google has 95% of the mobile market share, so that's pretty interesting. Now, if you're choosing between the two platforms, the demographics can be important to think about. Google usually correlates positively with Starbucks per capita, large households, Facebook usage, and college graduates. In the United States, users who use Bing tend to lead towards the right of the political spectrum, and that's partially due to the older demographic. Microsoft devices automatically use Bing for search queries and typically have that older audience favoring 35 and over, or especially the 55 to 64 group. They favor Bing, and they're you know, kind of locked into their ways, and so they'll probably, you know, if this is your demographic, then you're probably going to choose Bing or have better opportunity on Bing. It's also more United States focused, which is 83% of searches on Bing are usually US based, and then Bing users are more likely to have kids. You know, according to Alexa, Google users are less likely to have kids. So some strategies to think about. Now, one thing that you can do is create a campaign and set your Google bid prices on keywords and then reduce those bids by maybe 35 to 50% for Bing. Test that out. Sometimes you can find really good keywords on Google that you'll want to use on Microsoft AdCenter, and vice versa. You might get some great keywords from the Microsoft advertising platform and pull them into your AdWords account. But keep in mind, keywords that work on one network don't always perform best on the other, or they might get different quality scores. So stay in tune with what's working well for you. Sometimes it can be helpful to test campaigns on both platforms and then simply pause the network that's not performing as well and really focus your energy on the one that is. And yeah, just really stay in touch with what your searches look like on both networks, and what your competition is like on both networks, since the audience can be different and the setup and the showing of those ads can be very different. So if you have any of your own strategies for advertising on these networks, please comment below. And thanks for watching.